Radio. The Unexplained with Howard Hughes on TalkRadio.
Phillip Jackson in Kyoto, Japan will be telling us why the Japanese military are getting more and more interested in UFOs.
The Unexplained with Howard Hughes on TalkRadio.
Right, this comes from our Japan correspondent, Phillip Jackson in Kyoto. The Defense Minister, Taro Kono, has instructed the nation's self-defense forces to monitor and report UFO sightings that could potentially affect national security. So what's with the interest in UFOs in Japan? Phillip Jackson at Kyoto, Japan, is online to us now. Phillip, listen, I don't know what time of day it is there, but thank you for doing this for me.
Good morning, Howard. It's 6:50 in the morning.
Gee whiz. Well, we've got 5 whole minutes, so tell me what this interest in UFOs is, because Japan wants to get on side with America, who, of course, revealed all of those UFO sightings off the aircraft carriers a couple of years ago, and pool resources, essentially, I think. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, this started in June when, as you said, the then Defense Minister, Kono Taro, he announced that his department would be putting together a set of protocols which would basically instruct the military on what to do should they encounter a UFO. What was a little bit odd about it was that at the same time, in his statement, he also said that he himself didn't believe in UFOs, which, begs the question, why are you putting together protocols to deal with something that you think don't exist? So obviously, there are elements within the Japanese government that decided it was required. And as you mentioned then in August, America set up their own UAP task force. And not long after that, the defense minister of Japan, Kono Taro, he met with his American counterpart, the U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper in Guam. And apparently one of the things they discussed was sort of the issue of UAPs being a potential new area of Japan-U.S. security cooperation.
That's unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP. Yeah.
That's right, yeah. And then about 2 weeks ago, they put out another statement, again from the Japanese defense minister, basically instructing the military on this subject to take all possible measures to ensure that reports are made, take footage, other records to the extent possible, and to conduct necessary analysis. But still,
okay. It's unusual, isn't it?
Still the same.
We know that Japan, after the war, Japan has very close relations with the United States. So it would appear to the untrained observer, i.e. yourself and myself, that something is going on. How is this playing in the media there?
This subject doesn't really come up in the media. It's very rare to see UFO sightings on mainstream media. It doesn't come up very often. And when these statements did come up, it was pretty much quickly forgotten about, because it's not where it's never mentioned. Politicians in Japan in the past have also brought this subject up. I mean, we've recently changed prime minister when the prime minister resigned due to health reasons, and out of the 3 candidates that put themselves forward to take over, one of them was a previous defense minister, Shigeru Ishiba, and some years ago he made a statement which exactly said there are no grounds to deny that there are unidentified flying objects and some life forms that control them.
No grounds to deny.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't get chosen for the role of PM, otherwise it could have been quite interesting.
Right, so it seems that something is going on. Will you keep an eye on this from Japan for us?
I will do, yes. It does sound very interesting, but obviously it's intertwined with what the American government are doing.
Well, it is, and, we're getting more and more information about that, and possible hearings there might be. There's certainly pressure for that, so it seems that Japan wants in on this. Phillip, listen, thank you very much for talking with me, and enjoy your Monday. No Thanks problem. For getting up to do this. Phillip Jackson, listener, correspondent now in Kyoto, Japan. And why is Japan interested in teaming up with the Americans, essentially, to pool intelligence on unidentified aerial phenomena? We're not saying they may be from space, but certainly there's a lot of interest in American military circles. We know about that because we've talked about it here, as to what these things that have been observed that behave like nothing we can produce as far as we know here on Earth, what they might be and where they might be from. I think it's utterly fascinating. I don't know about you. And we will certainly follow that here on The Unexplained at Talk Radio.
The Unexplained with Howard Hughes on Talk Radio.